Green beans. Okay, so ideally you want to use fresh green beans. But if you get it in a pinch or you're on a budget, canned green beans won't taste as good, but they'll taste almost as good if you make them the right way. Okay, so what Mim used to do is she would get fresh green beans and put them in some water and start them in the morning for dinner. So if we were having, one of our birthday dinners, or if she always made green beans for, when we had roast beef or whatever, she would always start them in the morning. She'd have the fresh green beans, the raw green beans, and some water, and then you want to get this sliced and salted pork fat back. And that is the key ingredient to super yummy green beans. And I just stick a bunch of them in here for this size of pot. I'm making a bunch because the kids have friends coming over tonight. I would stick about four of them in. I'm going to put another tiny little guy in there because you really can't have enough fat back in your beans. Okay, and then you just simmer them. So you bring them to a boil. I don't know if you can see the water line, but I filled them about half up with water. Bring them to a boil. Once you see the water boiling, you put it on a low simmer and put the lid on there, not all the way down, but you know what I mean. And let it simmer as long as you can, as long as you have. The longer they simmer, the better they'll be. So fresh green beans need to be simmering all day. Canned green beans, I simmer for at least a couple hours. So right now, I don't know what time it is because our power went out, and so the clock is flashing. Let me look at my phone. It's 12:30. What I will do, because we're planning on eating around 6, what I will do is I will simmer these for probably an hour, and then I'll turn them off and I'll let them sit there. They'll get all the goodness into them from the fat back, and then I'll start them up again probably around 4 and let them, 4:30 maybe, and let them simmer until dinner time. And then after they are done and you drain the water, that's when you'll want to salt and pepper them, and just make sure you season them well. Green beans got to be seasoned really well. Really all vegetables, really all food. But the fat back does the majority of the work, but you still got to season them with salt and pepper. And to be continued after these simmer all day. Make sure your water doesn't drain dry while you're simmering it for hours. You got to make sure there's always water in there, or you're going to end up with some not so great blackened fried green beans that stick to the bottom, and you're going to have to throw your pan away because there ain't no washing that.